Hey, welcome back to DIY Willy. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you know that when I'm using my welder, I've always complained about the liner being damaged in some way, whether it be kinked or just wore out. That liner probably is more than 10 years old. Yeah, well, when you get a damaged liner like that, it can affect the way your weld looks. It affects your wire speed, and that basically is what affects your weld. If your wire speed is not consistent, it's hard to keep a good smooth bead. You've ever heard the term a row of nickels, I guess it is, or dimes, where it just looks like if you tipped over a bunch of coins, it looks like a nice smooth row. Well, that can be affected by the wire speed, which in turn can also be affected by the liner. So I went ahead and I was trying to research different liners and different guns, whatnot. I do have trouble with that gun too. I rebuilt it a couple times. So I went ahead, looked on the good old Prime site, and I think I found something that will work really good. We're gonna give it a try anyway. More boxes. So what we've got is a new gun. It's a 10-foot gun. It's from YES WELDER. I've never used any of their products. I'm not sponsored by them in any way. I just chose this one because it has some good reviews. It also has some bad reviews, but for the most part it has good reviews. And hoping that it works really good. I wanted to get a longer gun. The 10-foot seems kind of small. 15-foot would have been nice, but man, maybe this will be good. Right away I can tell that it's much bigger. The gun itself feels good in the hand. The switch, yeah, the switch feels pretty positive. Comes with new tips. Got another pack of tips right here. I think it's a 30 and a 35 for the wire. Yeah, this is pretty nice. Feels nicely constructed. My only concern is this here, whether it's gonna fit my machine or not. It says it does, but I saw in some comments that people had to grind this edge back a little bit, this edge here, to get this to go in far enough to stop a gas leak, because these two O-rings right here prevent the gas from going outside the gun and concentrate it into the gun. So everything else looks good. I do have these two fittings on mine, and yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and put this in right now. It's too bad I just ran the new 11-pound spool of wire in there yesterday. It's 10 or 11, I can't remember which. I just put the new roll of wire in there, so I'm gonna try to pull the wire back rather than lose 10 feet of it, and change out the gun. And we'll talk about it once I get the old gun off. All right. So let's take a look at the welder. This is my Lincoln Electric WELD PACK 3200 HD. Like I said, I bought this on sale at the Depot store. Oh man, probably 15 years ago, maybe. You've seen me put stickers on it on other videos. I'm using gas on it right now. It's an argon CO2 mix. I've got my Harbor Freight card on it, where I store a lot of some of my other items on it. Yeah, so this is a gun I'm gonna change out. It's pretty old. I've changed the liner in this thing once, and you know, it's pretty wore out. I repaired the trigger at least twice. Now I'm not gonna throw it away. I'll keep it around, and I may change the liner in that too and have it for backup. I don't know, but oh, look at that. Darn it, I wasn't expecting that to happen. Wow, that's interesting. Okay, well, I gotta roll that back up. Well, so this was a 12-pound spool of wire, and I believe it's 30, if I remember right. Yeah, it's 30 and 12-pound roll. So it's pretty easy to change out the gun. There's these two connections here. Loosen up this bolt, pull the wire out, and the gun will come out. Now that the wire has done this, I have to roll this back up and try to catch all that wire. So yeah, I'll get back to you when I have it back under control again. So now taking a look at the old gun, I can see that my O-rings were getting pretty dried out and cracked. So I was probably losing a lot of gas there. No wonder I would go through gas. And good thing I turned the bottle off after every weld, or every night anyway, when I'm done with the equipment. So here they look almost identical. I can see where this is a little bit different right here than this one. There's a lot more material here to go inside, so I may wind up kind of taking my Dremel and taking this down as well. I don't know, but yeah, everything else is fairly similar, and we're gonna try to install it and see how it fits. I've got the wire all wrapped up and under control again. I took my air compressor and blew out all the dust from inside. Any of the openings I could get it in, a lot of dust came out from the inside. So we're gonna go ahead and try to put the gun inside. This is the nut that'll tighten it down once it's in, and yeah, we'll see what we get, see if it works. So it appeared to plug right in. Tighten down the bolt on the inside, holds it nice and firm. I did make some little jumpers right here, because with these big wire covers on the ends, they did not fit inside here. So I just made a couple little pigtails, and I didn't want to change these, in fact, in case, you know, this thing doesn't work out or whatever. Now it's completely as it was out of the box. So I've taken the tips off, and I'm gonna go ahead and run the weld wire through the end and see how well it goes. Okay, so I got the wire fed through the new gun. As you can see, I turn it on, it's running. So what I found is somehow the hole from the new gun didn't line up with the drive unit, the motor of the welder. So the wire got bunched up between the gun and the motor. So what I did is I removed the gun again, pulled the bunched up wire out. It was about maybe 6 or 7 inches of garbled up wire. Pulled a straight piece off, cut it, then I put the gun on with the wire sticking out here, and I was able to get it to feed through the gun that way. Works perfectly. Now I'll just put the tips back on, and we should be good to go. Now remember, this is a 030 wire, so I'll use a 030 tip. This new gun came with 2 of them. I don't know if you can read that. Anyway, it's a 030. So we're good to go. I'm gonna go ahead and finish it up, and then we'll get back to work on the Samurai. So taking a look again, this is the YES Welder. I think it's a, let's see, this is the YES Welder Welding Gun 100A 10-foot K530 for the Lincoln welding machine. YES Welder. Again, I'm not sponsored by these folks, but I needed a new gun and I wanted to try this one. So the only difference I had to do is I made these pigtails. I don't know if I explained that yet, to fit my connections. I didn't want to cut the original ones off. I just made pigtails to go on there like that, and it works perfectly. So I'm using 30 wire, and this is a 12-pound roll, and that roll should last me a very long time. I'm used to using 2-pound rolls, and they last a good months, you know. But I'll be doing a lot of more welding here in the future. I got a couple ideas I want to work on, and the larger spool will come in handy. So yeah, looks good. 10 foot. I wish it was 15, but 10 foot. I like it. It looks really good with the machine. Feels good in your hand. And yeah, now I'm gonna put it to work. I think it's gonna work great. I hope the welds are a lot better looking, better quality. The wire speed should be more consistent now, and we'll be good to go. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and always come back to DIY Willy, where we're working on fun things like the welder, the samurai, the Silverado, the Frontiers, the mini bikes, and any other project we may be coming up with in the near future. So there's an airplane going by. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.